Hey y'all, Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns. Welcome to part 2 of my grip review on the AEA Challenger 22. This one has a lot to it, guys, so let's grip it.
It's shooting time, oh it's shooting time. Get my airgun on the firing line. Oh, it's shooting time.
Really quick, I want to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns for making this video possible. Go check them out, guys. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. Okay, first let's talk about the winners of my pellet testing segment. I got from the Dome pellet shot card, the JSB 1813s, and then from the hunting card and hunting / slugs, I got the Polymags and the Knockout MK2. So those are the 3 best types of ammo that I shot at this one at 25 yards. So next up, I guess, let's take it back to 50 and see how they do there. Oh, a little high, so I'm going to aim, scratch that shot. I'm going to aim directly at the bull and see where we hit. Well, that's not a very good group. I think that was 5. Yeah, because we had 2 go through the same hole. So it's about quarter size at 50 yards, which it's not what somebody else told me they were getting. So I'm going to shoot one more group and then we'll move on to the other 2 types of ammo. That was better. It might be at the top of the tank. It doesn't shoot that great. You know what I mean? So that was much better. Let's check out the Polymags next. Golly, I think that was the last one. Yeah, okay, so besides that first one, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. That is beautiful. I kind of want to put one more in it just to see if I can get it right there in that group and make a 5-shot. I'm going to. Hopefully I don't ruin the whole thing. I should have left it alone. I should have left it alone. Alright, so that was the Polymags. That was beautiful. Beautiful. We still have the Knockout slugs. Now, these weren't the best at 25 yards. They were the best out of the 2 slugs I tested. So I'm going to go with them. I'm not really expecting a whole lot from them. So we'll see. We shall definitely see what happens. Not terrible. Definitely not terrible at 50 yards. So the Polymags did the best at 50 yards, so those are going to be the favorite of favorites. But because I don't have an abundance of polymags, I have more of the 1813s, I'm gonna go ahead and use those for the rest of the testing as far as full to empty. And there is a lot coming up with that because this has an external power adjuster. So we're gonna test it on different power levels, see how many shots we get, how the accuracy is per mag. I'm gonna actually shoot 4 mags per fill, per power level. But first, guys, before we get into that, let's talk about the single stage trigger. So the first pull weight I got was 3 pounds, 3 ounces, and the second one was 3 pounds, 9.6 ounces. Not exactly a light trigger. All right, let's check out the different power levels on this thing. All it is you need a flathead screwdriver. It's got a lock screw on the left side, and the power adjuster is on the right side. So you're gonna unlock it and then adjust the power level and then lock it again. All right, so I'm gonna use the JSB 1813s. I'm gonna shoot 12 shot groups because that's how many shots you get per mag. And we're gonna see how the accuracy is as well as the velocity. And I'm only gonna shoot 4 mags per power level just because that's a lot of pellets, guys. So first up, power level 1. Over the 48 shots, I produced an average of 492 feet per second and 9.8 foot-pounds of energy. The accuracy wasn't great, but that's really no surprise. All right, on to power level 2. Power level 2, I got an average of 725 feet per second and 21 foot-pounds of energy with a little improvement on accuracy. In power level 3, produced an average of 832 feet per second and 27.8 foot-pounds of energy and much improvement on the accuracy. This is where it starts acting like a big bore air rifle, and it seems like it has more of a shot dive than a shot curve. As the first shot was 923 feet per second, and the last one was 762 feet per second. And I can pretty much expect that from here on out. So power level 4 over the 48 shots produced an average of 974 feet per second and 38 foot-pounds of energy. As far as accuracy, it's getting better all the time, even though there is such a dramatic difference in velocity from start, 1,097 feet per second, to finish, 861 feet per second. So there's no POI change or change in group size. Interesting. On power level 5, I only shot 3 mags on this power level because the transfer port is open a little bit more, so it's going to put more air out to push the ammo down the barrel faster. You're going to get less shots, of course. So I only shot 3 mags with this one. Over a 36 shot string, this one gave us an average of 1,110 feet per second and 49 foot-pounds of energy. Those are some sweet numbers and even sweeter accuracy. The last one, power level 6, with a 36 count shot string, I got an average of 1,149 feet per second and 53 foot-pounds of energy. Still producing great accuracy to the last shot. While we're on the subject of velocity, guys, let's find out what I can get with the Hobby 11.9 grain light lead pellets with this one on high power. So with the Hobbies, I got 1,387 feet per second. That's crazy fast and crazy loud. Speaking of loudness, let's check this one out over the decibel reader. So at the muzzle, I got 95 and 98.4 dBs. Then from my perspective, the shooter, the results were 96.9 and 96.3. Now let's move the thing to 20 yards away and see what the neighbors might hear. At 20 yards away, I got 93.3 and 91.3. And this is on power level 4, and depends on what power level you have it on, what weight of pellet you're shooting, how loud it is really going to be. So depending on your backyard and depending on your power setting, it can be backyard friendly. So shot count on this one is dependent upon a few different things. There's so many variables when you have a gun that is externally power adjustable. I stuck with 4 mags per power level, but you can probably get 1 or 2 more in the lower level settings, and I would stick with 3 at the higher power settings. Of course, when you adjust the power, you're adjusting the transfer port and allowing less or more air to push the pellet down, so you're going to have less air for the higher power settings, so that means less shot count. And It's just dependent on what you want to do, whether you're going to be a backyard plinker or whether you're going to be a small game hunter. So that's totally, completely up to you. Okay, on to offhand, and I have high expectations for this one. This is a bullpup. It's meant for offhand, close quarter combat kind of situations. So it should be decent as an offhander. Let's check it out. Nice. Ugh, I noticed that when I pulled the trigger. Oh, that was close. Ah, please don't let me just get one. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I think that's it. Well, I did only hit one paddle right there, dancing around the other ones. An offhander, maybe for some. To me, it's a little bit chunky. So I only knocked one paddle down, and I expected to do better than that. But check out the point of impact. It was right around the 1-inch circle. So maybe if I can steady myself a little bit better, we would have knocked more paddles down than just the one. Okay, on to the last segment of this review, cons and pros. So are there any cons? Yes, absolutely, there are a few. The first one is it requires a fill probe, another piece to keep up with. The next one is the manual safety. It's a little odd and right in front of the trigger. I'm not fond of that position at all. Then the trigger is a little heavy, definitely could use to be lightened some. The cocking bolt is at the very rear, which is quite common for bullpups. The thing that's not optimal is that you have to change your position to cock the gun because the bolt is so far back. And the last thing, it can be a little loud. So that's it for cons, guys. Let's move on to pros. This one is a lot of fun to shoot. It's great for offhand, either backyard plinking, moving around your backyard, just having some fun shooting some targets, or taking it into the woods and doing some small game hunting. And it's optimal for both because it has the external power adjuster on it. So you can turn the power way down for just backyard plinking and maximum shots, or you can turn the power way up. You're gonna get less shots, but you're definitely gonna produce plenty of power to take some small game ethically. So it's got the nice thumb hole wood stock, the pick rail, shrouded barrel. It's definitely a fun gun to shoot. I would like to take a moment to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns. Thank y'all so much for making these videos possible. If you guys have not checked them out, you really, really should. If you're an air gunner, you like air guns, you like shooting, go check out www.gatewaytoairguns.org. There is something for every air gunner alive. I promise. I guess that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns. Y'all don't just have a good day, have an awesome one. See ya. Shut my gosh. On. Maybe I just turned it off.